listening to KFWB News Talk 980. My name is Les Brown, and Monday through Friday, we come your way from 2 o'clock until 4. And this is programming that is designed to change the way your mind works. You know, most people are never achieving their goals, not because they don't have the ability or the intelligence or the education, but most people are just like I was for most of my life, suffering from possibility blindness. So this program is designed to unlens your eyes, to inspire you to become a risk taker, to go for your dream. Thank you so much for stopping by, and we invite you to call us. The number to call is 888-539-2980. That's 888-539-2980. 888-539-2980. We're talking about how do you present yourself? How do you sell yourself? We are talking about when you go in for a job, and today employers have choices. They know that. Even over 100,000 jobs are now available in California. It's still a tight job market. And so you've got to have your A game on. I want to know, what did you do? And what worked for you? I talked to a lady the other day, and she was at the workshop where I spoke, and she said, my employee who was sitting by me when I was talking about, you got to be hungry. She said she doesn't know that I was hungry for another position. And when we shook hands saying, I'm hungry, she didn't know that I was saying, I'm hungry to get out of here. I'm hungry to get out from under your leadership. I'm going on to do bigger and better things. How do you do that? How have you created that for yourself? I want to talk to Louis right now. Louis, thank you so much. Thank you for being a part of the conversation. The number to call, 888-539-2980, 888-539-2980. Tell me, what is your suggestion for people that are listening on how they can begin to present themselves more effectively, Louis?
Well, one thing you said, you got to be hungry. You got to want it bad. You got to want it more than the other person.
Mm-hmm.
One way, too, I mean, say you do have a dream job. You know, you don't want to just go cold turkey that job. You know, I practice other interviews. Go to other interviews that may not be the job you want, but you want to know what's out there available. You want to see what's available. That way you can find out what type of questions they are asking. You know, you might study in a book, and you're prepared yourself for different types of questions in the book. You get your interview, the whole thing's completely 360, the questions they ask you. So you're thrown off guard. You have no idea what's coming next, you know. And like I said, you just gotta believe in yourself. I mean, don't believe all the hype. Don't believe all the so-called experts about there's no jobs out there. You gotta stay hungry, like you said.
Hey, Louis, well, let me ask you. You say believe in yourself. There's somebody say, well, how do I do that? What do I do to convince myself that I'm the one? I have the credentials. I don't have the experience, and I'm just nervous in a presentation situation, standing before people and people looking at me. Even though I've gone to Toastmasters, I tremble and want to go to the restroom when it's time for me to present. What do you say to them?
You might want to start with simple talk about the weather, just to get
the butterflies out. Somebody. Yes,
and just start off a small conversation other than a job, and then even in the interview, you could throw in some little you can't be too serious the whole time, because then you're too robotic. I mean,
yes,
they want to see you have some type of humor, some type of personality. Right. You can't just go in there smug, straight face, and I mean they can read you. That's professional. They can read you what you're.
Absolutely. And what you said, engaging in small conversation and practicing on people is very important. I used to choke in interviews. I was horrible at that. And one of the things I wanted to do is become an actor early on in my life. And I'm not one to do good at cold reads. I'm somebody that once I memorize something, I can give it back to you. But if you just gave me something to read, that you would commit me to mental retardation. I don't do well at that. I say something wrong with him. Listen, I appreciate your caring enough to call in and sharing it.
I just started listening to your show about 2 weeks ago. It's a great show, and it's very positive. There's so much negativity out there right now, and we need more positive feedback. Make a better place, world a better place.
I appreciate you. You know what my name is for you? Mr. Believe in Yourself. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for calling in, Louis. You take care now. Yeah, it is important that you believe in yourself. I remember I used to have a talk show years ago, about 10 years ago, and I remember during the time that I was panicking and I just choked and I couldn't get myself together, producer came to me and said, just be yourself. And I looked at her and I said, how do I do that? I didn't have a clue. I didn't know. Have you ever choked before? Have you ever choked in an interview? You knew the answer, or when you left, you went down to the parking lot and you can just kick your own behind. You just say, I blew that. I choked in that. I've choked on myself in so many situations. And one of the things I strongly believe, that anything that's worth doing is worth doing badly. It's worth doing right, as Ed Foreman would say, if you know how to do it. But if you don't know how to do it, it's worth doing badly until you get it right. You've got to be willing to experiment. It's about trial and improvement, not trial and error. No, trial and improvement. And so when you think about people like as we've just been talking to Lewis about Mr. Believe in Yourself, that you got to believe in yourself. You got to sell yourself on you. Go to seminars, go to workshops, invest in books that will build your confidence. The bookstores are packed with them. I read them all the time, reading them last night up until around 2 o'clock in the morning. And you got to be around people that are positive and motivated, hoping it'll rub off of you. That's why I go to seminars and workshops, even at this time in my life. I teach my children, you're never too old to learn, and you're never too young to teach. And many people just stop growing. They stop working on themselves. Why is it important, Les, that you go to seminars and workshops or read books to build up your confidence? Because we live in a world where we're told more about our limitations rather than our potential. MIT did a study, and they said in this study, if someone says to you, you can't do that, somebody else has to come along and say, you can do it. You can do it. Yes, you can do it. Don't listen to Les. You can do it 17 times to neutralize that one time. That's why when I come on this program, I say, you have something special. You have greatness within you. Just think about it. Where are we validated? Where are we empowered? Where are people telling us that you got what it takes? You can live your dream. You can do more than you can ever begin to imagine. When I think about how for the first part of my life, I was living a life that I was not designed to live because I didn't have a clue as to who I was. I didn't believe the truth about myself. Maybe that's why my favorite book says, be ye not conformed to this world, be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. And so to renew your mind, that's on you. Renewing your mind, that's our responsibility. Renewing your mind, that takes research. This takes a minimum of 10% of your gross income investing in you. They did an interview with Warren Buffett, and they asked him, here's a guy that's a billionaire, what's the most important investment you can make in this economy? And I'm sure this financial analyst was expecting him to say the stock market, where he has billions of dollars, or in real estate, where he has billions of dollars. But he didn't say either one. He said the most important investment that you can make is in you. Wow. That's right. You are your most treasured asset. Your most important investment is in you. And when you present yourself, that's what people are looking for, feeling your energy, feeling the essence of you, looking for that confidence, looking for that presence, looking for that charisma, how you speak. I had a high school teacher that said, Mr. Brown, develop your mind and develop your communication skills, because once you open your mouth, you tell the world who you are. And so I want you to think about those things. We'll be back shortly, but let me share something with you. I want to talk to people who like to sneak into things. Calling all sneakers. I'm excited to tell you about my very first live broadcast for KFWB. LA first ever spring fair is taking place April the 8th. That's this Friday at the Toyota Speedway in Irvindale, right off the 605 freeway. And great fair tradition, there'll be rides and carnival games and delicious food and concerts and lots of fun for the whole family. And now I'll be broadcasting live from the fair this Friday. This is my first one. I'm excited. I need you there. I need you to turn out. And I'd love for you to join me. Just look for us right inside the front entrance from 2 o'clock until 4. Now, the fair won't open to the public until 5 p.m., but we'll sneak you in free. Looking for all the sneakers, we will sneak you in free just for coming down to join me at my live broadcast. This is my dream. Help me live my dream. I've always dreamed, like Arthur Godfrey years ago, of broadcasting live before an audience. Now, if you'd like more information about the fair, including directions, visit LosAngelesSpringFair.com. I hope to see you and meet you personally at my special live broadcast this Friday at LA's Spring Fair in Irvindale. I'm going to get a haircut and I'm going to look real cool. Yes, this is Mrs. Mimi Brown's baby boy. Thank you so much. Now, Maggie, what do you have for us in the news?
Oh, Les Brown, we have got so many stories today. Many of them are going to blow your mind. For instance, you know a thing or two about marriage, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Yes, you do.
Yes.
Well, if you want to keep that happy marriage you already have or save the one headed for the dumpster, it only takes 5 minutes a day.
5 minutes a day?
It is so easy.
You're
It
kidding.
is all common sense, but it's stuff we kind of need to be reminded of from time to time.
Okay, I'll use that in my next time I get married, okay?
Yeah. Yeah, you do that. Yeah. And with all the concerns and worries about the recession, how do Americans stack up in the happy department? What is the happy quotient of Americans? This might surprise you, this story.
Yes.
Plus, has your email been compromised? Do you know?
No.
I know. Well, we're going to tell you about one of the largest email breaches in history. Maybe not the worst, but the biggest. And it's taken place. We're going to tell you how to find out whether you've been affected or not.
Yes, my email's not that important. People will be so bored. They'll
Same
say,
here.
get a life.
Right, exactly.
Yes.
And when you hear what has been put out there from the emails, it might not worry people so much, but there's some things to know about it. And if you're flying out of LAX today on Southwest, definitely call ahead because, some of those flights have been canceled. Not a ton, but enough to maybe wreck your trip. So we're going to talk with our travel expert, Rudy Maxa, about what to expect in the coming days. Plus, if you have a phobia, you want to get over it, and who wouldn't, face it head on. That's what they say. It's called exposure therapy. Have you ever heard of this?
No.
We're going to tell you what it entails.
I'm afraid of snakes. Can they help me?
I think they can. I think they would put you in a room full of snakes and have you, head on. That's what they say.
They would have put some
Face
depends
it head
on me. All right. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Les. That's all coming up at 4 on LA's Afternoon News.